As you and I know, effective communication is power. And the presence of effective communication will enable two partners to solve any and every problem their relationship might be going through. However, while effective communication is vitally important in every relationship that desires to be a success, unfortunately, only a very few people really know how to communicate effectively in their respective relationships. And this is why we continue to have more people breaking up every now and then. In this video, I will be sharing some basic tips that will help partners to effectively communicate with each other, and to also help them secure a success with their relationship. First of all, no one person can communicate. It takes two people who are willing to put themselves in each other's shoes, to see things and think things through that realm, and to also keep the foundation of their relationship stronger and stronger. 1. The power of resetting your feelings. One of the first things to do is to process your feelings, especially when your partner has done something wrong which activates your anger mode. One of the mistakes people make is to try to initiate communication with their respective partner while they are still in rage. And this is why, instead of solving whatever issue existing between them, it completely complicates the issues at hand. When you are perhaps angry for whatever reasons best known to you, the best time to initiate a conversation about it with your partner, be sure that you've processed your active feelings, and that you can't be under its control. If not, you might offload your anger unexpectedly at your partner, and this might cause a kind of fear within your partner, and they might want to consider breaking up, based on the fear caused within them as a result of your action towards them. No matter how you might be feeling, be sure to process your feelings thoroughly before you consider initiating conversation with your partner about whatever is wrong. 2. The power of timing. While it's important that you process and reset your feelings down before you initiate a conversation, it's also vitally important that you master timing. Yes, timing. Because you must know when it's the appropriate time to initiate that conversation with your partner. For instance, you can't expect to initiate a conversation that involves deep things with your partner while he or she is still with his or her friends. That might be a conversation gone wrong. You must put in mind the best time to initiate a conversation, especially when it involves problems existing between you and your partner in your relationship. 3. The power of active listening. Active listening means being fully attentive to what is being said or communicated with all senses at alert. One of the reasons why people struggle with improving effective communication is because they are more prone to passive listening instead of actively listening. After you've processed your feelings down, setting the time for the conversation, then you must create an atmosphere where your partner feels the sense that you are actively listening to what he or she has to say. However, note that active listening takes a lot of practice. That is to say, it's not something that comes to you naturally, you must practice. Actively listening to what your partner has to say will help you to fully pay attention to what is being said, makes you easily comprehend, and help you to respond back in a way or manner that shows you really did listen. And to also say, while your partner is talking, don't make the mistake of interrupting him or her. That alone kills the flow of communication more than you can imagine. Just listen and let the communication flow. 4. Be more assertive and less aggressive. To improve your communication skills in your relationship, you must learn how to be more assertive rather than aggressive. To be assertive means to express yourself and what you have to say or communicate politely and respectfully. While aggressive means to express yourself and what you have to say or communicate with the intention to annoy, hurt, and upset. No matter how you might have processed down your feelings or the timing, if your approach is aggressive, it will never produce positive responses. Being aggressive only makes things more complicated, and this might affect the results produced by that action alone. To improve your communication skill, you must learn to be more assertive rather than aggressive. 5. Body languages and gestures. You know it's possible to be saying one thing while your body is saying another thing. Yes, that's one of the other problems a lot of people have with improving their communication skills in their respective relationships. You must be able to create an atmosphere where your body language is in direct agreement with what you are saying verbally. Aside from that, your body language also dictates your response back to your partner. Some body languages show a kind of defense, like cross-folding your two hands while your partner is talking, or giving out gestures that show you aren't interested. 6. Tonality. Tonality here refers to the pitch of your voice. That is, the loudness and lowness of your voice. When you are angry, you tend to raise your voice, but when you're calm, your voice seems to be low. In essence, it's not enough to say the right thing in the right way and at the right time, you must also be sure to say it in the right tone. This is because the tone you use is as important as what you are trying to discuss with your partner. 7. Create an atmosphere of understanding. Whenever you are in an open communication with your partner, always endeavor to create an atmosphere of understanding between you and your partner. In other words, communicate your thoughts clearly so that even a primary school student will understand you. And never try to put your partner in a guess mode, just flow and be plain. Also, when your partner is talking, be sure to be silent. Don't interrupt while your partner is talking, and always make the effort to take an excuse if you must talk. 8. Be empathetic in your approach. Another mistake I see people make is to express their thoughts to their respective partners without minding how their partners feel. Even though you might be right, you still have to consider the feelings of your partner. That is, don't just open your mouth and talk about whatever is in your mind without first taking a pause and considering your partner's feelings. Remember that we are all humans and are emotional beings, and it won't be uncommon that words hurt. But, however, while there is nothing wrong with expressing yourself and how you feel, you must also be sure to look out for your partner's feelings. 9. Create an atmosphere of respect. No matter how much you may think you are right, don't neglect the place of respecting your partner's part of the story. Even if your partner isn't willing to accept the fact that he or she is at fault or perhaps to take the blame, don't forget to create an atmosphere of respect, with the knowledge that you both are different. In essence, express your own part of the story respectfully, and keep that atmosphere of respect intact. And if you find out that you were wrong, don't hesitate to admit you're wrong and apologize. 10. Don't attack or pass blame. In the world of communication, attacking and passing blame make it ineffective. For communication to be effective, you must put away attacking and passing of blame. Just express yourself respectfully, create the space for your partner to also express himself or herself, and give each other the space needed to understand each other. I hope with these 10 tips, you will be able to improve effective communication skills in your relationship, and with your partner. And if you find this video valuable to you, then don't forget to like, comment, and share. And you're subscribing to our channel for more valuable and impactful relationship-related videos will go a long way for us. However, don't also forget to share other tips you think will help in improving effective communication skills in a relationship in the comments section below. I would love to read from you. See you in our next video. Remember, we love you.